Hello anybody and welcome. I'm Christian from my site and this is the first devlog on my game Landcrawler. So I've been working for the last month or so, just at the end of Christmas holidays and stuff, and I've done 10 versions of the game that have been used for testing the multiplayer and stuff. So I'm just going to show off a few of them and talk about how the process I used and what I achieved in each of them. So here's the first one. So this is the very first version I finished. I did this version was probably released about the first week-ish of the game. Shaders are a bit odd. Anyway, so this has got the basics of a third-person shooter. You've got your camera, and I've got sprinting and running. The character model's a bit bad. It was made a while ago, and I just used it because I had it available. So you can jump, run, shoot, and it has multiplayer networking for health, and as you can see up in the top corner of the screen, there are actually stats listed for kills, deaths, and kill-death ratio. So yeah, I don't have anyone at the moment to test it with, so it's just me running around, but everything does work in this version. But yeah, it's just the basics, the sort of thing you'd have for every multiplayer game. So in the later versions, probably just going to skip along. I'm going to go to like version 5, I guess. A lot of these were smaller because I was trying to find my footing. This is the first like proper multiplayer game I've ever made, so I made a lot of unnecessary builds just because I wanted to make sure that everything was working. So yeah, this is I've updated. The model was updated. The IK for the aiming was updated and stuff. As you can see, it's a little bit smoother than it was in the last version. There are still a few bugs with it. So this one, there's a glitch where you can aim at things way too close to you. The model was reworked. I got a slightly better model. It's only slightly better. I still can shoot. I fixed up some of the bugs. There was originally a lot of bugs with jumping. If you jumped and touched a ceiling, your character would stick to the ceiling and you could pretty much run around on the ceiling. It was a funny bug. I just missed it when I was developing. And in a later version there was a bug where you can actually completely go through the roof if you shove yourself between the stack of barrels and the roof. So I removed the stack of barrels because at that point in time I was working on something else and I didn't want to have to fix it. So yeah, still the same basics and everything that the last one had. Oh, and a lobby system. Completely forgot that. It's probably pretty important. So the lobby system is pretty basic. It's just using the default mirror lobby system. I did end up modifying it slightly to actually display proper player names. As you can see in here, I can type my name in. So this is just the old script-based Unity UI. And then so now when you join a game, your name is listed and all the other players can see your name. Actually, in the original version when I added the lobby, the player's name, everyone had the same name as whoever the client was. So everyone for me would say Christian, Christian, Christian. But if on someone else's client, they would see their name just over and over and over again. So I did end up fixing that in this version. Anyway. The next version is where I added the bots, the first iteration of bots. So here we go. So here we have the first iteration of the bots. So the bots are not intelligent very much at all. So they just look around randomly. If someone enters their field of view, they will walk towards them and shoot. And that's about it. The aim is way too good at the moment. They can pretty much just pick you off at any distance. And the jumping is just they do a physics.overlap sphere or check sphere. And so pretty much they just say, if there's something right in front of me, jump. And so that allows them to navigate the map. And of course, because you slide when you... Bot's way too deadly in this version. If you push up against a wall... Don't shoot me. Should have less bots in this version for testing. Anyway, when they touch walls, they just slide across it, as you would expect in most games you slide across. So this entire map has been designed so that you can get from any point to any other point just by running and jumping and something. So the bots are able to navigate the entire map just because they can jump and move forwards. So yeah, they're pretty not intelligent at all. They do know who's on their team and not on their team, so there's red and blue teams, and they just run around gunning each other constantly. The scores usually stay pretty balanced because they're all just the same. They're not very intelligent or anything. So that's this version. Let's see. I'm just going to skip straight to the last version because that's about when the next interesting stuff was added. There was just a few tweaks as I went through. I added a quit button now finally. People were getting annoyed with having to use the Windows key to try and close things. Anyway, fix the bots up so they're not super perfect at aiming. So now they aim using a PID. So they check the Y era and the X era from the target they want to get to. So if I was standing here, there's a bot, and that was my enemy over there, you know, they would get an era. So they would get an era between those two, and then that era would be used using a PID to make them aim for you. So if I would walk backwards and forwards, you can, if you get it right, you can actually get them to sway because it's a PID and the eras sort of stack up. So you can get them to sway, and then they also, the era that they get between you and their aim is also biased by a random angle generated. It just randomly gets an angle between 5 and -5. So that just gives them a good difference. That way I can stand sort of also long distance in the last version, they had pinpoint accuracy long distance. Now they, because of their sway and their angle and accuracy, they are not perfect long distance. So it's much better. Also, I added a little bit more intelligence. They will now try and maintain a specific distance. I believe it's 10 meters. So if they're further than 10 meters, they walk towards. If they're less than 10 meters, they will walk away from the target. That just keeps them at a distance and just make them a bit smarter. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this version. Oh, and I added zoom. My right mouse button's a little bit broken. So they can just zoom like that. It's mainly just for humans. It decreases your mouse sensitivity to make it easier to aim and stuff. Anyway, so that's it for this version. I will be continuing to work on the game throughout the week, and hopefully I'll put out a much better devlog next week of the actual development I've made as I'm doing it. But yeah, it may be an arena shooter currently, but the game is not going to be that when it's finished. I'm just using that for multiplayer testing and stuff because it's my first multiplayer game. So anyway, that's all for now, and I'll see you next time.